OxygenOS 11 is the next step in our unending journey to give users the fastest and smoothest Android experience possible. OnePlus is proud to consistently be among the first companies to bring the newest versions of Android to our users. In fact, the OnePlus 8T is the first global smartphone not manufactured by Google to launch with Android 11 out of the box. Now, this is a huge accomplishment for us as a company, but also for OnePlus users, because you know that when you buy a OnePlus device, you'll always stay ahead of the game when it comes to the software experience. Brian, OxygenOS 11 is better than ever before, and one thing that's really improved is the layout. So now it's more easy and more intuitive to use with one hand.
Yeah, right. So we're always looking for ways to make it easier to use. And let me tell you something a little nerdy, but interesting. So we mapped out the key touch points and the functional areas across the whole display, using some data from users all over the world. And then that helped us to identify where the information could be displayed on the screen, so things are easy to access without users hand blocking key information. And then from there, we built a screen hierarchy. We put icon, text, headings, and subheadings, and other content in the proper position to make it much more easier to operate with your one hand.
Yeah, we've definitely gotten a lot of feedback on the new layout since we released the developer preview in August. More and more of our early beta users are now telling us that they can really see the benefit of these changes.
Yeah, that is right. But OxygenOS 11 offers so much more still. It's loaded with a ton of new features that we feel really add to user experience.
Yeah, so let's talk about one of the most significant new features of OxygenOS 11, always on display. Now, a lot of companies offer AOD, but we took our time bringing it to our users so we could offer them even more. So we offer 11 clock faces and the typical information like weather, calendar, notifications, but we've also got some really interesting AOD options to let people customize their experience. So Brian, tell us about the first one.
Sure. This one is called Insight AOD, and we created this with the student from the Parsons School of Design in New York. And the Insight AOD literally tells you how much you're using your phone.
Yeah.
So this feature basically translates the time into this color bar. And every time you unlock the phone, it makes the mark on this bar. So longer you use the phone, the more of these marks you see here. And then you may consider using your phone less to focus on something more important if there are many marks on this bar.
Yeah, digital well-being is so important nowadays, especially as we spend more and more time on our phones. And because we spend so much time on our phones, we wanted to give people another way to personalize their AOD. Brian, tell us about the next one, Canvas AOD.
Sure. Canvas AOD. This cool feature always reminds me sort of comic books.
Yeah.
So like you see, it turns a photo of someone special in your life, in this case it's me, into the artistic sketch. And if you unlock the phone, see, this sketch will morph into the real picture.
Yeah, that's really cool. And there's one other really cool AOD option and a new partnership that we're excited to launch alongside the OnePlus 8T. We're partnering with Snapchat and Bitmoji to launch Bitmoji AOD for OxygenOS 11. So after 6 months of close collaboration, we're excited to finally integrate some really cool Bitmoji features into OxygenOS as well. I'm really excited to introduce Bob Blackstock, CEO and Creative Director of Bitmoji, to tell you more about this really cool partnership.
Hi everybody, I'm Bob, the CEO and Creative Director of Bitmoji. We're very excited to announce our partnership with OnePlus to bring personalized, avatar-powered experiences to the OnePlus community. We are living in a time when the lines between our physical and digital worlds are rapidly blurring. In the physical world, you are the connected glue between all of your experiences. Whether you're looking in a mirror, riding a roller coaster, or eating a meal, you are the constant in your life. With Bitmoji, we're bringing that experience into the digital world to humanize our everyday interactions and empower millions of people globally to be their true selves online. And now, we're extending Bitmoji beyond our own platforms and enabling partners like OnePlus to harness the power of the avatar through Bitmoji for Developers, our suite of developer tools. We love that the Bitmoji Always On display literally brings you onto the device and makes every Always On display completely unique. We admire OnePlus's commitment to always putting their community first, and we can't wait to see what we can accomplish together next. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bob. Now, the thinking behind this partnership comes down to two things. First, people love to personalize their smartphones to show their individuality. And second, people are really conscious of privacy, especially where they show their personal data. So this is where digital avatars come in. They balance that personalization and privacy. So Brian, tell us exactly what this Bitmoji AOD does.
Sure. It is kind of a mini-me in your phone. So once you create your avatar, the Bitmoji AOD will adapt to different scenarios to match what you are doing right now. And that, for example, if you are listening to music, then Bitmoji will too. Or if you play a game, then your Bitmoji will too. And if you go out when it's raining, then Bitmoji will know it's raining now. And it adapts to the time of the day and the weather based on your location and the activities through the whole day, which is pretty fun, I think.
And we're also going to be building some other new features from Bitmoji and OxygenOS as well, like the new Bitmoji button in the OnePlus gallery.
Exactly. The Bitmoji button offers quick access to tons of Bitmoji stickers to add your photos and screenshots, which is right in the gallery app.
And because Snapchat and Bitmoji are really good when it comes to the camera experience, we've also worked together to optimize the OnePlus camera experience in Snapchat. So now photos and videos are sharper and crisper no matter where you are. Another feature we should highlight is the new live wallpaper.
Exactly. At first glance, it looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
But what you might not notice yet is that we've actually changed our thinking behind live wallpaper. So now, instead of just moving, it will actually change its appearance according to the time of the day. So morning, noon, or night, it adjusts seamlessly.
It does look really good. We first introduced this in the OxygenOS 11 beta builds, and now we've added some new options here in the OnePlus 8T as well. We've talked a bit about digital well-being, and OnePlus has a really unique feature that has become pretty popular since we introduced it last year with the OnePlus 7 series. Now I'm talking about Zen mode, of course.
Yeah, Zen mode. Simply put, it's basically disabling your phone to help you to focus on something more important. And we got way better feedback than we expected. So many people love these features, but we still wanted to improve it. Originally, Zen mode was defaulted to 20-minute sessions, but some people wanted the option to customize that the time. So now you can set it all the way up to the 120 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how many people will actually be able to disconnect for up to 2 hours. But hey, now the choice is theirs, right?
Yeah, right.
And with OxygenOS 11, we've introduced some more choices too, including new themes and a group Zen, where you can invite your friends to join you in Zenning out.
Right. That way you can focus on hanging out with each other at dinner, at the beach, catching up over Zoom. Anytime you want to disconnect from your phone to connect with others. When I say others, that even includes your friend with iPhones.
Yeah, that's quite literally inclusive design.
Right.
Now, those are just some of the highlights of OxygenOS 11. Fast, smooth, and clean experience, a range of custom AOD options, convenient new features, and so much Zen, even with your friends. The OnePlus 8T is a true flagship smartphone. It gives you ultra-fast charging with Warp Charge 65, our fastest charging technology ever, and ultra-smooth scrolling thanks to the 120Hz display. For an incredibly powerful smartphone experience. With the OnePlus 8T, ultra stops at nothing.